discussion when we were talking about this gig, we'll call it, and I said, you know, many of us are small business owners, salespeople, we're out in the field. These are great sometimes listening to a one-day seminar. I've been to a lot of them. And we're looking for, many of us look for ongoing things that we can take back, bring to our salespeople or our offices or ourselves, that we don't have a training department. We don't have a training budget. Are there things that you have? What do you do? And he went on to tell me, oh, Dan, I've got the perfect situation for your group. In fact, I could give you a collaborative group opportunity for any offices that are interested in peak performance, ongoing coaching program. And I don't know, Michael, are we up to speed on?
We're 1 minute away.
1 minute away?
Told a few jokes.
Okay, I'll tell some more jokes. Sorry, I kind of got ahead of myself here. So both with Michael today and Gary Cox later on today, I said, you know, it's okay, just like all of our vendors, if there's anything you can do for our group that's something they might want to engage with you that could help them achieve greater things, because learning is not a one-time event, it's a lifetime event. Many of you know that I have a company called Sales Master Academy that Dennis and I actually started many years ago. We created, well over hundreds. We partnered with a speaker by the name of Brian Tracy and produced hundreds of 20-minute little courses. And how many of you have been on the Sales Master Academy site? We give it to CoCard for free. And if you want to look at that site, it's what's the URL on that? Is it learn.salesmasteracademy.com. We can get it to you. If you're interested in having free access, we do charge a lot of money for this access. So there are 20-minute little segments. Our salespeople watch them in the morning. I'll have, there's time management and everything else. But there's all sorts of information. Like Michael said yesterday, you Google diets, you get 6 million ways to lose weight. All you need is one. And everyone's different. And when I looked at what Michael had, it made a lot of sense. That's not our corporate training facility at CoCard. So we want to give everyone here just the opportunity. I just asked them to come up just for a few minutes, tell you what you have if we want to engage in some sort of ongoing coaching program. Sure. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. Good job. Thanks for coming on the boat last night, too. I love having you.
Well, before I get started, I, as you know, I was on the boat last night and I got to spend some time with you guys, and I've concluded that I really don't like you guys. I love you guys. I really do. You are a special, the people that I was fortunate enough to spend time with, you are a special group of people. I mean that from my heart. I mean, just amazing. And it was great that I shared a lot of hugs. There was a few like this, like my father-in-law, but it's really wonderful to get to know you and learn about you and break bread with you, eat a lot, drink a lot. I was thinking, did I go like over there? Did I go like this? I was just thinking that. So one of the reasons, and you know this, I do what I do mostly because this is my passion. Some of you came up and said this really affected me. My heart and my mind will really help me move forward in my life and my business. And what greater reward could you have when you can do that in someone's life? I mean, to me, that's everything. And like Dan was saying, you go to these events, I've gone to them, and we go with a certain intention, hopefully, to say, I want to learn and grow and get better, and then execute when I get back. Because without execution, as Huxley said, the great end in life is not knowledge, but action. And we all know that, but we don't always do that. We have the greatest of intentions, but then we go back with a list of notes and like very little happens. And that happens to all of us. I talk about reading the book, you highlight it, this is great stuff, you even highlight it, and then you put the book away and do nothing. It's really the intentionality and the ongoing mindset, commitment to put something into practice is everything. So I made a commitment when I got into this business that what happens today or these past 2 days at an event like this means nothing. It means something in terms of the relationships, but it means nothing or less than what happens after the conference. Are you changed? Are you a better version of yourself? Are you committed to being a better version of yourself? So what I've done is, for all my clients, I have mastermind groups that I create. Small groups, no more than 10 people. Because any more than 10 people, it can't be super interactive, and everyone actively participates in these groups. And in these mastermind groups, they could be, which you'll see in a second, they could be, is the remote up here? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So the mastermind groups that I facilitate right now just see exponential growth, personally and professionally, in their lives. I had a woman who was in a group that had 3 businesses, never saw her family, and said, when my kids get a little older, they were like 3, 4, and 7. When they get a little older, they're going to have everything, and I'll be able to spend more time with it. My business will be where it needs to be at. And I said, but how could you not pay attention to the time now in their lives? And she was coming to every other meeting. All she did after this was spend time with her kids. This is life-changing. She understood. I said, well, and that's what we're talking about values. I said, what's more important to you? If you had 5 hours left to live, what would you do? There's no guarantee. And I just got her thinking, and it was kind of tough love a little bit, because I had to ask the tough questions. But anyway, it changed her life. But more importantly, it changed her kids' lives. And it was through this mastermind group. It wasn't me. I just facilitated. I kind of just plant seeds and let them water and fertilize those seeds. So here's what I created and there's some things that we plug in here, because what happens now is not nearly as important as what happens when you go home. And I'm committed, and I hope you're committed, to having something happen better when you get home, that you leave better, your business gets better, you get better, your family gets better, everything, your customers have better experiences from everything. So here's what I've come up with.
Yeah, that might not be working. Jenny, can you
Normally, I just found this when you turn it on, I just figured this out, it works. Yeah. I'm not an IT guy, but I figured that out. So this is what it looks like. And this could be it's a maximum group of 10 people, which I'll get to, but it could be your own team, or it could be a group of each of you as part of the mastermind group. So I'll explain more. It's a 1-hour, high-energy, engaging, and fun meeting that reinforces many of the core principles we talked about, but I had limited time. There's a lot more core principles that I didn't have time to talk about that would be part of this process, this mastermind group. It's on a Zoom video, which is just where we can see each other and talk to each other, almost as good as being in person. It's shared best practices of like-minded owners and/or your team. So it could be an exclusive team, just you and your teammates on your organization, or it can be selected companies within CoCard, the CoCard organization. What happens in these meetings is we share challenges in a mastermind meeting, and then we put our collective minds together and proven practices that I facilitate to solve these problems more quickly, so we don't have these challenges pulling us down or not allowing us to achieve what we need to achieve in our lives and businesses. We set specific goals, and we hold each other accountable and also cheer each other on to reaching those goals. Sometimes we're in business for ourselves and we're so busy in the business, we don't work on the business or on ourselves. This gives us a time to really settle in and be clear, present on what we need to do to improve the practices in our business, in our teams, and ourselves to get to that next level. And each week's peak performance topic or sales topic is meant to be building blocks, and this is critical. So, all we want to do, if you think of a professional sports team, all the coach, how many new things can a coach bring to a team? They're constantly reinforcing what? Best practices, mentally, Every player, I've golfed with some Hall of Fame golfers, lady golfers, because I was on not because I'm good, because I was on a committee, I was on the board. So I golfed with Patty Shannon, and I watched, and Sally Little, and I watched what the coaches say and what they say, and I observed, and they're saying the same thing over and over again. The repetition of best practices can never be said enough, because we always want to stay at that optimum, that peak level of performance. So that's what the pros do at the highest level, and that's what if we want to be world class, if we want to be top professionals. At home and at work, this is what we got to do. It's constant reinforcement of the best ways to think and feel. So anyway, and the meetings are highly interactive and inspiring, and here's the key to the meeting, why it's so successful. And raise your hand if you're familiar with the WhatsApp app. Okay, WhatsApp, it's a simple app. It's on your phone, and what it is, it allows everyone in a private group, whoever's in this 10-person mastermind group, it allows each person to communicate with each other. And what happens during the day is everyone supports and encourages each other in real time during the day. And they say, hey, I'm applying this 90-minute focused time on one thing. And what happens, it anchors that or triggers that in the other person who's not doing it. Or how's my attitude, how's my self-talk? And what happens, we stay connected to the most important things, just like a coach isn't there once a week to coach his team, he's there every day in every play. Well, we need the same thing. So that's what this program, this mastermind and the WhatsApp app allows you to communicate every day, just with a short message, to stay on top of your game longer. We all have dips. The key with all this, there's only one goal, and that's to stay at a peak level performance longer. That's it, we all have that peak level. Wouldn't it be great if we could stay there longer? That's it. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. How do we stay at operating at optimum level of performance more often? That we don't dip low, we don't stay down there, we stay up here. The only way to do that is stay connected to people that are encouraging and supporting you and what your goals are and you with them throughout the day. So finally, here's the group pricing. The regular investment is $390 per person. CoCard, we've arranged a deal where you get 50% off, so it's $195 per person. There's a maximum number of 10 people per group, so it remains very interactive. Only 5 mastermind groups will be created at this price. That's because that's my bandwidth. I don't have enough bandwidth to do more than 5 groups an hour a week. And there's a 6-month commitment. If you want to sign up, you can either email me or see me after the program. And there's only 5 groups being set up, so if it's something you're interested in, just, again, see me about that. The last part is, a lot of people are, I have a group that I'm working with, a big company in Texas, and aren't they all big in Texas, by the way? They said to me, I don't know if our guys want to take, an hour out a week. And so the last part is kind of interesting. If you're not willing to commit 2% if you work 50 hours a week, 2% of your time for personal and professional development, you're not committed to growing. It's as simple as that. You need to do that. If you want to grow, you need to do that. It's 2% of your time. Because when you get better, everything in your life is going to get better. It's not going to happen on its own. That's it. So, thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And if you're interested,
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much.